And hello YouTube. This is a highly disappointing development. So I actually had an eBay order, and it's 6:42 p.m. Thursday, August 11th, 2022, and I'm here at the main post office of the Phoenix GMF at 48th Street in Van Buren, which for years and years and years it has been open until 9 p.m. I mean, just for years and years, I've been bringing and doing my postage here, and now it says window service hours, Monday through Friday, Saturday through Sunday, holidays, and they've scratched all the hours off. And yeah, they're locked up, they're closed up. So I don't know what the hours are, but apparently they're closed at 6:43. Which, I mean, granted, most post offices close at 5, but this place has always been open until 9, and it doesn't seem like that long ago they even extended Sunday hours. I don't think it was till 9. I forget what they extended it to, but yeah, it used to be Sunday closed at like noon, and then they extended Sunday like later into the day as well. Anyway, that's highly disappointing because I feel a little bad because I mean, whatever, I'll get it handled tomorrow, but as kind of a matter of habit, as soon as I get my orders, packaged up and ready to go, in the eBay app, I always mark them as shipped, as I'm heading down to the post office. And then as soon as I get to the post office, I'll get the receipt, which will have the tracking number on it. Let's see if I can get this into my phone holder without screwing up the video. Yes, mission accomplished. But yeah, anyway, I'll and then pretty much before I even leave the lobby or soon thereafter, I'll go to the eBay app and give them their tracking number. So really disappointed I'm not going to be able to give them their tracking number now. Now they do have a machine, for where you can use a credit card and just do your postage at the machine. But the problem with that machine for me is that pretty much all I sell on eBay these days is records, tapes, and CDs, and home video. So all stuff that's eligible for media mail, which is a much reduced rate compared to regular first class mail. And for whatever reason, the automated machines at the post office do not include media mail. So in order for me to do media mail, I have to actually go into the post office. So, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too terribly shocked with all the cutbacks and changes in the economy and whatnot, but I don't know, just that place has been open till 9 p.m., like, as long as I can remember. I mean, it feels like I've been mailing stuff from there. I feel like going on 20 years. So just dumbfounded to show up at any time when the sun is still out and that place not be open. So that sucks. And it was kind of my motivation to get out of my apartment. I feel like Priscilla wrapped up working on the phone about 6 o'clock and climbed in bed with me, and I just wasn't really feeling that. She's like, well, I get my apartment tomorrow, I can start moving my stuff out. I'm like, start? Like, I wanted all her shit out of my place, like, pretty clear I wanted it all out by the 1st. So the fact that she still got her mess there is just driving me fucking nuts. And I really like to clean up my mess, but I can't because my mess is buried under her mess. And in the last week, I mean, she's complained about, I can't believe you threw a good bottle of mustard away. Yeah, you had it sitting on the wash machine. Mustard goes in the refrigerator. Oh, it doesn't have to be refrigerated. Mustard and ketchup don't have to be refrigerated. Yeah, it says right on the bottle, refrigerator after opening. And at any rate, that's not where I fucking want it in my kitchen. In case you forgot, this is my kitchen. Yeah, she complained that I threw some of her food items out and whatnot. I mean, you know, initially when I changed the locks on the, oh wow, did you all see that? I don't know where that fool thought he was going, but wow. I thought it was about to be playing chicken with that one vehicle there. Damn. I guess he didn't notice all the one-way street signs. Well, okay. Oh, and for those who don't know, Phoenix seems to lead the nation in wrong-way drivers, by the way. So I throw that out there. Not normally on one-way streets, because Phoenix doesn't really have a lot of one-way streets, but on our freeways. Like, there's just constant accidents and near accidents related to people somehow getting on the freeway and driving in the wrong direction. I don't know why that's such a thing here, but it is. Like, Google it or listen to the news here. It's a thing. Anyway, yeah, I think that person was actually getting ready to turn left and go the wrong way and drive directly into me, and then saw me coming and like kind of did an about face back into the street. Anyway, that was pretty wild. One of these days, I'm really planning on going through like the last. It feels like I've been doing this almost 2 years, this vlog, and one of these days, I really want to go back through it and start making some compilation videos of just clips from it of really bad drivers, and that's one that's definitely going on that whenever I get around to doing that. So many things that I want to do, like once I can get my apartment back to being my apartment. Now granted, my room is a mess, and I really need to clean my room, but the main thing that's stopping me from cleaning the mess in my room is the fact that every other part of the apartment is full of Priscilla's clutter still. Now I did kind of, you know, the other day I was kind of complaining about, you know, it doesn't seem like you're packing anything, it doesn't seem like you're cleaning anything. And granted, I've seen her moving some stuff around. I've stopped taking pictures of it every day. It just feels counterproductive at this point. But she did. She said that her storage is completely full, and that she's, you know, out of room to put it in storage. That it just makes more sense to wait until she gets her keys tomorrow and just move stuff directly to her new place. Which I can kind of relate to that. I know when I moved from Tempe to the place that I'm at in Arcadia, it was the same kind of thing. Like, I moved as much stuff as I could into my storage, but then there just came to a point where my storages were just maxed out. And at that point I was still pretty diligently like boxing stuff every day, because I knew there was going to be a short window, you know, between me still having access to the apartment in Tempe, and then, you know, me having, you know, between when I got my apartment in Arcadia and having access to the place in Tempe. And to be fair, like, my landlord was actually way more helpful than he needed to be. He actually gave me access to the apartment directly below me. Now granted, I was only able to get into that, you know, during business hours while I was there, but he let me move quite a few things down there, just because he was really eager to get, you know, construction crews and stuff into my place so they could start renovating it, since it was way behind schedule. Since I was literally the last man standing by several months at Tempe Broadmill Apartments. I was bewildered to find out I was the only person in that building that had a 1-year lease. Everybody else in that entire building was month to month. So they managed to push everybody else out real quick with just astronomical rent increases. But like, nope, my rent's locked in. My rent's locked in for a long time. Anyway, I remember doing quite a bit of, still, like, every day I was boxing shit up, and it doesn't feel like she's doing a whole lot of boxing stuff up, you know, and I don't know what the fuck she's doing at night. Now, the other night when I kind of got upset because I woke up alone,
And I'm thinking maybe it wasn't that long since she left and told me she was leaving, said she was going to Circle K to get drinks, get food. Do you want anything? I was super groggy, so I mean, talk to me when I'm like half awake, and I may as well not even be there, and I'm one of those persons that really likes things in writing. Like I don't even care if you talk to me. Like, send me a text message confirming it so I can wake up and read it. Because there's a good chance that even if I was awake, that when I see you the next time, I'm not going to remember having a conversation with you. Because my memory is really, really faulty like that. But yeah, no, I woke up the other night and she wasn't there. It was just kind of like, I don't know. And for me, a lot of it's about the hour of the night. Like, it's 10 p.m. I mean, I don't know if maybe what I told her led her to believe that I just simply wasn't going to go. Led her to believe that I just simply wasn't going to go into work at all that night, or maybe wasn't going to bother to get my car that night, because that was the night, Robin called me to let me know the car was ready. I'm pretty sure I told her my car was ready. In fact, I'm kind of frustrated that she wasn't more about, hey, let me drive you to go get your car. I don't remember that being, anything she was eager to go do. And, as far as her being on her, well, I don't want to take my car any kind of distance because it doesn't seem to be running completely right. She said she went to Whataburger. Or she did go to Whataburger. She actually bought me food. But yeah, she went to Whataburger. And there is no Whataburger that is any closer to my place than Rob's shop is. So I mean, if your vehicle's capable of making it to Whataburger, it's capable of making it to Rob's shop. Come on now. Anyway, yeah, I'm just looking forward to her. Just I mean, if she still wants to come over and maybe whatever. That's one thing. But yeah, I just want all her stuff. More than anything, I want her stuff out of my place, and I don't want her at my place when I'm not there. Period. But yeah, she kind of made it sound like her agenda was, as soon as she got the keys tomorrow, she was going to move some of her stuff out of my place, and then start moving stuff from her storage into her new place. And I definitely need to kind of lay down the law that, once you're in your place, like, these deadbolts are going to be locked, and you still don't have a key to them. So, you need to make a priority of getting your shit out of here. And I think I need to really set a date, because I already set a date and it came and went, and I didn't fully follow through on it. So you definitely need to set a date of, hey, anything that is still in your place past. Oh, and that date needs to be soon, because I'm so sick of looking at garbage all around my apartment. What's the date today anyway? I think it's the 11th, August 11th. Maybe say by Friday the 8th. Not like next Friday next week. So that would be I can't really look at a calendar because I'm driving. Just do the math in my head. So it's 11, so 12, plus 7, so yeah, by Friday the 19th. Like if it's, basically make it very clear that, hey, anything you still have in this apartment by Friday the 19th is just, I'm just considering it abandoned, and I'm going to be just, unless it looks like it's something that's maybe a forgotten document or something that seems kind of important, yeah, it's just going in the garbage. So make sure you get all your shit out of here. I don't even really want to give her that much time, but I don't know. Mostly I'm just looking forward to her not pretending that my daughter's room is her workplace anymore. That's the number one annoyance. And but yeah, I mean, I can't wait to, absolutely can't wait to reclaim my living room. And lately, since I've had my car and most of last week, what have I done with most of that time? I've slept. Or I've laid in bed, unable to really good sleep and just laying there like half awake listening to YouTube. Trying to follow all the news about the current FBI nonsense. Yeah, really looking forward to just getting the living room clean. And granted, like, it's not all her mess. Some of that is my stuff, but at this point, like, her stuff is just everywhere. And when I start trying to deal with any of my stuff, like, suddenly she's moving shit around. Like, the other day I went in there and I saw a roll of packing tape, and I'm just like, I have a place where I keep packing tape, you know, since I still currently have an eBay store. Granted, I haven't really done much with it, and I've only had maybe 2 orders in the last, 3 months. One of which canceled, the MIA CD, which sold a couple weeks ago. Person started, and it's my bad. I didn't respond quicker. I've just had so much on my plate that it's like, whatever. eBay seller who bought a CD for less than I wanted to sell it for can just fuck off. But yeah, hey, when is this gonna ship? When is it gonna ship? I don't know when the fuck it's gonna ship. I'm just doing all I can to get to work and back without a vehicle in Phoenix in the summertime. Your CD's not that high of a priority. You know, I didn't write back and tell him that, but that's kind of where my head was at when I would see it. And at one point, I think the second email from the guy was just like, second or maybe third. Although there wasn't much gap between the emails. They didn't give me, very many days to respond to him. It's funny how some people just think they're going to get an instantaneous response from a single person. Like, you don't know what other shit I'm dealing with. You don't know when I have access to the internet, when I have access to even electricity. So, respond to you when I respond to you, if I respond to you. But yeah, the third email, which wasn't really long after the first email, was like, cancel my order. And I think the next day, or maybe the day after that, I had a little hang time, and I tried to cancel the order. And eBay changed their payment structure. Feels like at this point it's probably been over a year. It's been a while since they did it. It was funny that my friend Jeff, the cell phone guy, I remember he had told me about that before it happened, and I had just kind of was like, yeah, whatever. I said, they're not doing that to me, which I thought it was weird that they did it to him before they did it to me. You'd think something like that, they'd hit everybody at the same time. But it used to be whenever you'd get an eBay sale that you would get you would get paid, and basically when somebody would purchase something via PayPal on eBay, that money would directly go into your PayPal, and it would be there in your PayPal balance to do whatever with it. And then eBay would bill you it's only 7 o'clock. I'm an hour early. I need to get some other food. I'm hungry. So they'd send you an invoice at the end of the month for whatever eBay fees were, which is your percentage of whatever you sold. And then that's simplifying like how it was calculated. It's a little more complex formula than that. But anyway, you get billed for your eBay fees at the end of the month, which I guess for some sellers could be pretty substantial. For me, it was never really too much. And then when you get I think I had that set to where it would just automatically take that from my PayPal. And I can't think of any instance ever where I didn't leave enough money in my PayPal to cover it. But I'm guessing there were enough sellers who didn't do that. I'm debating as to whether I want to go to Burger King or maybe go someplace else since I have the option of actually driving somewhere else. Interesting homeless couple directly in front of the directly in front of the Burger King. Wish you all could see that. The woman is in a woman is very scantily dressed and in a very awkward and compromising position. Very entertaining. Wow, I wish I had a camera facing that way. Quality entertainment there. It's another one of those good from afar, but far from good. Doesn't even look that good from afar. She's just mostly naked as well. Oh. Anyway, God, I'm not even sure where I'm going for food. I don't really know what. I generally avoid the west side, so I'm like drawing a blank on like what's west of here. I guess I could double back to Whataburger. Oh. Now, what am I hungry for? I'm not even hungry for anything, to be honest. I just I should eat because I don't think I've ate today. I had one one cold leftover Del Taco burrito sometime in the afternoon. Like, what's there to eat around here? Del Taco leftovers. I guess it's better than nothing. I ate some freeze-dried peaches out of a little bag, which were kind of terrible. I don't know why I keep buying those things. I mean, they weren't bad. They kind of reminded me of the marshmallows out of Lucky Charms. No, anyway, so the way it worked with eBay was they would be like that, and I guess they maybe had enough issues with people selling a whole bunch of stuff and then moving all the money out of their PayPal account into their bank account where eBay didn't have direct access to the money, and then maybe not following through and paying their eBay fees. That's my guess. Like, I've never read an official thing from eBay as why they were going to do it, and of course when they changed their pay structure, they all, the email's like, this is going to make it better for you, and I'm like, I don't see any way in which this makes it better for me, actually. But what they started doing is, at that point, is for every sale you would get, they would hold the money for a little bit instead of the PayPal payment just going directly to you when the buyer would pay. Now they like hang on to it for a little bit, and then they deduct all the fees they're going to deduct, and then they send an individual payment directly to your bank account. So even though the buyer is doing a purchase through PayPal, it has no connection to my PayPal when somebody purchases something from me on eBay through PayPal. It's weird. I mean, I still have my PayPal account, but initially, like, that's what I got my PayPal account for, and now it's not used for that whatsoever. In fact, there seems to be the only time my PayPal gets used on eBay is when I'm purchasing something from somebody else. None of my purchases come through it, and my eBay fees don't come out of it. So I'm trying to get to a point here, and hopefully I get to it before I get to a fast food place. But basically, the way it works now is so they hang on to the money, and then it gets direct deposited into my bank account, which I've got tied to my Chase business account, minus fees. So at that point, you're like, that's your money free and clear. You don't owe anything more to eBay, so there's no more billing of your fees for the month. Like, your fees, instead of getting a monthly bill for fees for every individual item that you sell, like, your payment already has fees taken out of it. Okay, good for eBay. I don't know where it helps me any, other than I don't have to ever worry about being in a situation where I owe eBay fees and I don't have the means to pay it. So anyway, the situation that suddenly popped up with this person wanting a refund and me just being like, yeah, okay, whatever, here's your refund. Without a vehicle and with my current work schedule and with my current drama, girlfriend / ex-girlfriend / squatter drama at home, there's a Wendy's on the wrong side of the road. I gotta somehow get on the other side of the road to get to Wendy's. Wendy's sounds good right now. Wow, it looks like some other kind of fast food going in on the right-hand side. It's kind of out of the view of the camera. I'll let y'all get a view of it, right? Since I'm stopped. Something going in right there. At 19th and Glendale. It's not an intersection I've been to in quite some time. Thomas trying to go up and get around the block and get back to that Wendy's, which is on the north side of the road here. Wendy's sounds fabulous, and I still got probably about 55 minutes until I actually have to be over at Bullock's. Not that being at Bullock's early is a bad thing, I just rather eat. I'd rather eat before I get there rather than show up hungry and then it being a whole thing of, you know. 'Cause sometimes they, even though I'm supposed to get fed when I'm there, like, it just doesn't happen because they're too busy and I'm too busy, and I get that and I understand that, but add me showing up hungry and it just turns into me being hangry, and that's not good. So yeah, I should definitely eat before I get there. Anyway, back to the eBay fee thing. So because I was kind of late, like I would say I was over a week late, you know, well, over a week since their order without having shipped it, their order being an MIA CD single. I definitely let over a week pass. Now, how many days I was actually late shipping the item, I don't recall. I don't think this was an actual through street. I can't remember. 17th Drive. I can't remember if this goes into a parking lot or if this is a through street. I haven't. It's been so long since I've driven up in this area, especially on side streets. Looks like it goes through. Anyway, yeah, at this point, I don't even want to argue with these people. I haven't responded to them in a timely manner. Like, the easiest thing I can do at this point, and I sold that MIA CD single for considerably less than what Discog says it's worth. So, especially considering that it's still factory sealed. Okay, don't know why. Car just dinged at me. That was odd. Anyway, so yeah, it's like at this point, it's just, there's so little money involved. It's just easier for me to refund them. And then if I refund them, like, they can't leave me any negative feedback, which at this point I've got a perfect feedback profile. Would like to keep it that way. So yeah, that's fine. We'll just refund your ass and you know, sorry for the inconvenience. You know, whatever. And so I'm on the bus. I don't remember which time, but you know, sometime late last week, early this week, I'm not sure. It's all such a blur. I'm on the bus and I'm like, I should really deal with that eBay refund. So open up the eBay app and pull it up, and I try to refund it, and it's did something I've never seen happen before. Like, it's never been a problem with me issuing a refund before. And usually that would just be, it would just go into what eBay bills me. So I guess that shows how long it's been, you know, since I've had to issue an eBay refund. But anyway, what ended up happening was now mind you, it's been long enough, you know, since the purchase of the MIA CD that I've already been paid my money for it. And it popped up with a thing saying that I couldn't issue the refund. You know, it was like, refund it and relist the item. Yeah, do that. But it was coming up and telling me that I could not refund the item in the eBay app. That I could not refund the item without providing a credit or debit card number from which to issue the refund. Which to me was like, wait, what? Why isn't this just coming out of my PayPal like it's always come out of my PayPal? And like, anytime I've ever issued an eBay refund in the past, which is very infrequent, like, generally speaking, I always ship my orders, and I usually ship them in a very quick manner. If you know, I mean, usually I ship them quicker than they need to be shipped. And occasionally I might be a couple days, you know, a few days late on, a couple days here and there late on something, just because I have a life outside of eBay. I haven't been anywhere near full-time eBay, like, ever. So, especially when you put on, like, you know, no reliable car and 40-hour-a-week job that requires a 4-hour-a-day, you know, bus commute. Yeah, it's hard to find the time to walk to the goddamn post office. Anyway, anyway, yeah. Oh, hang on. I'm at Wendy's. Need to order. Get my biggie bag. Hello.
But I'm the hardest one.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry about that. What can I get for you today?
I wanted to get a $5 biggie bag.
Alright, what's how much with that?
I'm sorry, what are my options? I can't read it from
Junior
here.
bacon cheeseburger, a double stack, and a crispy chicken BLT.
Double stack, definitely. And honey mustard on the with the nuggets, and just a Coke for the drink.
A Coke for the drink?
Yeah.
Alright, anything else for today?
Nope, that's it.
543 out the window.
Thank you. So glad he didn't try to upsell me on a larger size drink and fries. Because at that time, if they charge me more, it's not a $5 biggie bag, it's a more than $5 biggie bag. And I didn't ask for a more than $5 biggie bag. Oh damn, where's my Discover card at? Oh shit, I'm missing the bank card. That's not cool. Oh, no, it's still in my pocket. La la la. Anyway, yeah, so I was really shocked when it popped up and it's asking for me to put in a bank card number. And it's not just going to do the refund from my PayPal, because I you know, that's what my PayPal is for with eBay. I mean, my PayPal initially was primarily just for purchasing and receiving payments and making refunds on eBay. So I was like really shocked that it's like, wait, you've never needed a debit card from me before, and y'all are already like tied into one of my bank accounts. Why not just pull it from that bank account if that's what you guys need to do? Anyway, I'm riding the bus. The last thing I feel like doing is digging in my pocket and trying to squint and type in on a cell phone on a bumpy ass bus debit card numbers on a touch screen. I'm like, that's more than I wanted to deal with. So I was wondering how I was going to deal with that. I mean, obviously it's something I'm going to need to do like when I'm not on a bus, but it's 90% of the time it's like the last thing on my mind. I'm not even thinking, you know, when I do get home and I'm laying in bed and I'm at the break room at work and it's a nice, you know, brightly lit room. That's the last thing on my mind is got to deal with that eBay refund. Anyway, I kind of lucked out. I sold another CD, which is the one that I was trying to mail today. Olivia Newton-John. I guess a very late in her career album. I'm not sure. I'm gonna pop it up on my eBay app, because I didn't even know this album was a thing until I stumbled across it, factory sealed, which of course resulted in it going on eBay as opposed to going into my personal collection. Yeah, I'll look it up because I'm curious. You're pre-approved for up to $150,000. Get a loan with eBay's Seller Capital, powered by Lending Point. I'm thinking probably not. I'm not looking to have more debt, and I highly doubt y'all are going to give me that much anyway. Selling. They changed the eBay app around a little bit. I got to do some looking. I've sold three things in 90 days. What's the other one? Oh yeah, the clear DVD cases that I again lost money on after shipping. Yeah, 2005 release. I had no idea that Olivia Newton-John had released an album in 2005. The album called Stronger Than Before. And as I recall, I looked it up when I put it up for sale, and it was like the first thing that she'd released in a very long time. So, anyway, it sold for $649. So, yeah. Anyway, that CD sold for more. That CD sold for more than what the MIA CD sold for. So I went back to see if maybe if I tried to refund the MIA CD, if it would pull it from that money. And fortunately it did. So I didn't have to deal with the whole trying to enter a whole bunch of fucking data off a card on a touch screen. I really struggle with that stuff. Like, my fingers just don't do good with that stuff. My eyes don't do good with that stuff. Cell phone touch screens are kind of a struggle for me these days. So, yeah, that was nice. Like, it refunded it from that, and then I noticed, like, the next day that my payment came through, and it was, you know, payment for the Olivia Newton-John CD minus the refund of the MIA CD, which I was hoping I would have that Olivia Newton-John CD shipped today. It's not late yet, but it's, you know, later than I would like it to have been. Oh wow. Like a crazy old bulletproof door thing here. Like a bank window instead of a normal drive-through window here. So that shows just how bad this neighborhood has become.
It's gonna be 543.
I got a Discover cart.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. As Phoenix slowly morphs into Detroit.
There you go.
My receipt in the bag?
Huh?
Is my receipt in the bag? Thank you.
Have a good day.
Always got to ask for a receipt these days. And did I get a straw in the bag? Yes, I did. Good. Thirsty. So, I'm sure this is boring as all hell for everybody as I explain it, but anyway. But that's what's on my mind. So, the MIA guy has been refunded and can't leave me negative feedback. And oh my god, this Coke tastes like crap. Oh god, that is awful. That doesn't taste right at all. It doesn't even taste like diet, it just tastes like bleh. Gross. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Wow, there's some person directly from the Wendy's sign doing something questionable. Yeah, that window is a real indication of just how bad this part of town has become. I mean, and I keep showing video of how bad the part of town I live in has become, but it ain't nothing on this part of town. Yeah, Phoenix is just slowly transforming to a big-ass ghetto. And I'm sure some people would argue always has been, and maybe they're right. I don't know. I just don't remember it being like this, you know. Even as recently as 5 years ago. See, all's well that ends well with eBay. Ooh, those fries are salty. Yikes. Wow. Making me pucker big time. Yikes. Usually Wendy's is better than this. Fries are foul, drink is foul. The burger's at least good. It's already a given. Those nuggets are going to be mediocre. Anyhow, yeah, you know, I'm not sure what their hours are, but I'm confident I'll be up early enough tomorrow to deal with getting that CD shipped and get them their tracking number. As I move yet another Olivia Newton-John CD around the United States. This one going to Council Bluffs, Iowa. Maybe someday I'll find another copy of that CD and give a listen to what Olivia Newton-John was doing in 2005. Gosh, at this point, my air conditioning is so cold I can't leave it on. I turn it on and it dang near freezes me out of the car. And I gotta turn it off, and then it starts to get all hot and humid in here again as my phone goes out of focus. Yeah, I hate to say it, but if I feel like my Obama phone shoots better quality video out of the phone now than my iPhone does. I'm shooting on my iPhone right now just because I know the Obama phone's a little bit short on available space. I know it cut my last video off. Which is fine. I didn't have much anything worse, I'll just say anyway. Other than I think I wanted to talk about a change of brakes at Amazon. If anybody who doesn't work at GYR3 probably cares about that, but so yeah, I think I'd mentioned I had showed up at exactly 11:30. I had showed up at exactly 11:30. So it's like, well, do I don't really want to use a full 30 minutes of PTO. I thought about it, just clocking in, but I decided I was hungry, so I decided to just kind of basically chill for a half hour and charge up my iPhone and dink around on the internet and eat another one of my burritos and get some drinks. And I think I was going to talk about this, and I think I got cut off or I got sidetracked talking about other stuff, but anyway, so the oddest thing, I'm walking, so I end up clocking in right at 11:59 p.m. And as I'm walking towards the leadership desk in Inbound to check in, I had a really bizarre late at night kind of, hey, guess what? I decided to show up, la la la. Kind of time. I swear to God, Amazon is like the only place you can work at where you can like casually get away with that without having to call in and talk to your boss or anything. Hey, I decided to show up. How you doing? Like seriously, there's just no calling in. Like I that seemed really weird to me when I started working there. Like when I remember one time my car broke down on the freeway and I'm just like, oh God, I've never been late. I don't know how to call in. And eventually I got through to somebody in India that I could barely understand. And I've like since figured out that like that's just not something you do at Amazon. You just go about dealing with whatever you got to deal with, and you get to work when you get to work, and make adjustments to your PTO and your VTO in the app later as you feel like you need to. There's no, they don't want to even hear you. They ain't gonna, nobody's there to listen to your excuses or whatever, or reasons, you know, whatever they are. Anyway. But yeah, it was super weird. So it's like pretty much midnight, and I'm walking to the control desk, and one thing that's at least, and I would imagine every Amazon fulfillment center of every kind is like that, but especially where I'm at, there's just conveyor belts everywhere, conveyors everywhere. Some of them are actually like rollers as opposed to belts, but you know, semantics. But yeah, conveyors everywhere, and they're loud. So it's this constant noise. It's just the ambient sound of GYR3 of all the conveyors running. And at the end of the shift, like you hear them shut off, you know, right about, you know, 5. Typically it happens at about 5:20, 5:25 more or less. Like you hear them all shut off. And then like when I get in at the beginning of the night, you know, around 7:05, you know, you hear them start up. It's quiet when you walk on the floor and you hear them start up, and it's a pretty loud thing. It's a pretty definitely a change in sound from, you know, just the loud ambient noise, all the conveyors running, to just suddenly silence. That's not a sound I'm used to hearing at midnight unless something has gone wrong. So yeah, I'm walking towards the leadership desk, and then suddenly I hear all the conveyors shut down, and it's suddenly quiet, and I'm thinking, warehouse shutting down at midnight and I didn't get the memo? Did I like actually bother to come into work at a time when everybody's leaving early? And how was I unaware that everybody was leaving early? Shit running through my head. I'm like, this is weird. And I'm almost at leadership desk when that happens. So I walk right up, and so it was, first thing I asked, and trying to think, Tessa was there. I'm trying to think who else was at the desk, but it's all like, I mean, at this point, I pretty much know everybody that works in that department. I'm tight with everybody, so I'm to the point they're not even really bothering me about the wandering in late. Like all the upper people kind of know I'm dealing with some drama at home, and I'm not in the best of places, but I'm just trying to still, if not show up at the right time, at least when I get there, I'm trying to, still hustle and give my all, and be a good worker drone while I'm there, and keep reminding them, hey, I'd really like to be back in a forklift. I'm really like driving the forklift. That would make dealing with my drama at home a lot better if I could at least look forward to coming here and being on my forklift. Anyway, she's like, oh yeah, we're going to single brakes. And anyway, I talked with her about it a little bit. But yeah, and I've seen the memo that's been up for about a week, that as part of a quote-unquote return to normal. Normal meaning pre-COVID. To me, that was normal, having separate breaks. Like, everybody taking their breaks at different times. Basically, all the people that are working, like, in large group areas, like, so generally speaking, water spiders and line loaders taking their breaks at set times for A and B. I most of the time never really left exactly at A or B, just because I tend to be kind of like in my own zone working, and sometimes it's like, hey Dan, it's time for B break. Like, wait, what? I mean, there was a running joke for the longest time that I was always on C break, as I ended up wanting the control desk going, did I miss A break? And they're like, dude, you missed B break. I'm like, oh, can I take a break? Yeah, I'm on C break again today. La la la. And it'd just be laughed about, because it didn't really matter. All the breaks were staggered. And it was done in such a way that I thought it was done in my head. The way it made sense was it allowed work to continue, even at a slower rate with less people, but whatever, the work continues nonstop. And that's kind of what I said to Tessa. I said, it looks to me like this just seems like a bad idea. I guess the reason that it was split up was just so there would be less people in the break room at once, which honestly I liked. Being in the break room with everybody, to me, was unnerving. It was just too many damn people in the break room. I like Sea Lunch. Sea Lunch is like 4 other people in the break room with me, so that was a much more comfortable environment for me. Anyway, so yeah, long story short, because I need to get into the bar and stuff, but she's like, well, it's only half the people anyway, so it should be about the same productivity. I said, my gut feeling is it's going to be lost productivity, but I guess the numbers will bear out next week. And I kind of gave like some ideas of like why I thought it would be different. And I kind of reminded her, it's like, just, so like I have management experience elsewhere and I've run my own companies. So even though I'm not management here, like I think about these things. And she's like, yeah, she goes, I know. And anyway, so the weird thing is, like, basically I when I didn't clock in at 11:30 and decided not to clock in until 11:59, I was functionally taking my lunch, because at that point I would not be getting a lunch. I wouldn't be working a long enough shift to be getting a lunch. I thought I was taking my lunch, the equivalent of taking my lunch, because the lunch you clock out for a half hour. And I ended up having to, like, clocked out at like 12:09 and clocked back in at 12:39. So yeah, wasn't much of a work shift for me last night, to put it mildly. Anyway, I'm at the bar. I gotta go. Thanks for coming with me on the drive, and thanks for listening.